Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Vivek's Math Class. Today in this class I am going to solve exercise 1.3 problems. So before starting this class, if you are not subscribed this channel, please do subscribe, press the like button and share the link to all your friends. Nineteenth question. 200 logs are stacked in the following manner. 20 logs in the bottom row, 19 in the next row, 18 in the row next to it, and so on. In how many rows are the 200 logs placed and how many logs are in the top row? Here, logs means the large branch of a tree that has been cut off, and stacked means things arranged one on top of another. Here in this question there are 200 logs and these logs are arranged in such a way that 20 logs are in the bottom row, 19 in the next row, 18 in the row next to it, and then 17 logs, and then 16 logs, and then 15 logs. Like that it will continue. Now the question is to find out how many rows are required to place 200 logs, and also we have to calculate how many logs are there in the top row. Let us solve this problem. Solution. Number of logs in the bottom row, that is first row. Here how many logs are there in the bottom row? 20. So 20. Next, number of logs in the second row is 19. Similarly, number of logs present in the third row is 18, and so on. The required sequence is here the first term is 20 and second term is 19, third term is 18, and so on. Here first term is 20, that is a is equal to 20. Common difference is given by second term minus first term. Second term is 19, first term is 20. 19 minus 20 is minus 1, and there are 200 logs, that is sum of n terms is 200. Now we have to calculate the value of n. So let us write the formula of sum of n terms. We have Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now let us substitute all these values in this formula. The value of Sn is 200 is equal to n by 2 into 2 into value of a is 20 plus n minus 1 into value of d is common difference is minus 1 which is equal to 200 is equal to n by 2 into 2 into 20 40 minus into plus minus 1 into n minus into minus plus 1 into 1 is 1. 200 is equal to n by 2 into minus n plus 40 plus 1 we get plus 41. Now let us cross multiply. Cross multiplying we get 200 into 2 is equal to n into minus n plus 41. 200 into 2 is 400, which is equal to n into minus n is minus n square plus into plus plus n into 41 is 41 n. Now let us shift all these terms to the left hand side. We get n square minus 41n. Here minus n square becomes plus n square, plus 41n becomes minus 41n plus 400 is equal to 0. This is of the form of quadratic equation ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. Now let us find the solution for this quadratic equation by factorization method. Here there are three terms. This is the first term, this is the middle term, and this is the last term. The first term is n square. Last term is 400. The product of the first term and the last term is 400 into n square, that is 400 n square, and the middle term is minus 41 n. Here we have to divide this middle term in such a way that their product must be equal to 400 n square and their sum must be equal to minus 41 n. Therefore here 400 can be written as 25 into 16. 25 into 16 gives 400. Adding these two numbers we get plus 41, but here we want minus 41, so we make this as minus 25 and minus 16. Multiplying minus 25 and minus 16 we get plus 400. Adding minus 25 and minus 16 we get minus 41 n. So let's write this. N square minus 41 can be written as 25 plus 16 into n plus 400 is equal to 0. That is n square minus 25 into n minus 25n plus into minus minus 16 into n minus 16n plus 400 is equal to 0. Here in these two terms n is common and the remaining terms is n minus 25. Here in these two terms minus 16 is common and the remaining is n minus 25, which is equal to 0, and n minus 25 and n minus 16 is equal to 0. That is n minus 25 is equal to 0 or n minus 16 is equal to 0. Therefore n is equal to, let us shift this minus 25 to the RHS, we get plus 25, or shifting this minus 16 to the right hand side we get plus 16. Here the n value is 25 and 16. Here n is nothing but number of rows required to place 200 logs, and now we have to find the number of logs in the top row. For that we have to apply nth term formula. Here there are two answers, so the case 1 is nth term formula is an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. The value of a is, first term is 20 and the common difference is minus 1. First term is 20 plus value of n is 25. That is case n. Case 1 is when n is equal to 20. 25 minus 1 into value of d is minus 1, which is equal to 20. 25 minus 1 is 24. 24 into minus 1 is minus 24. 20 minus 24 is equal to minus 4. Here it includes negative sign, so this is not possible. Hence n is equal to 25 is rejected. Next, case 2. When n is equal to 16, an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. That is value of a is 20 plus n value is 16 minus 1 into d value is minus 1, which is equal to 20. 16 minus 1 is 15. 15 into minus 1 is minus 15, which is equal to 20 minus 15, we get 5. Hence there are 16 rows hence we need 16 rows to place 200 logs, and in the top row we have 5 logs. Here we need 16 rows to place 200 logs, and in the top row we have 5 logs. This is the answer. Next, last question. In a potato race, a bucket is placed at the starting point, which is 5 meters from the first potato, and the other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart in a straight line. There are 10 potatoes in the line. A competitor starts from the bucket, picks up the nearest potato, runs back with it, drops it in the bucket, runs back to pick up the next potato, runs to the bucket to drop it in, and she continues in the same way until all the potatoes are in the bucket. What is the total distance the competitor has to run? In this potato race, this is the starting point. A bucket is placed at this starting point, and this is the first potato, which is 5 meters from the bucket, and the other potatoes are placed 3 meters apart in a straight line. Like this, there are 10 potatoes. A competitor starts from the bucket, picks up the nearest potato, runs back with it to drop it in the bucket. Again, the competitor runs back to pick up the next potato, runs to the bucket to drop it in. She continues in the same way until all the potatoes are in the bucket. Now, the question is, To find out the total distance the competitor has to run. Let's solve this problem by using the hint given in the textbook. Solution: total distance traveled to pick up the first potato is 2 into 5, that is 2 into 5 is 10. Next, total distance traveled to pick up the second potato is 2 into 5 plus 3, that is 2 into 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 into 2 is 16. Similarly, total distance traveled to pick up third potato is equal to 2 into 5 plus 3 plus 3, which is equal to 2 into 5 plus 3 8, 8 plus 3 11, 2 into 11 is 22. Hence the required sequence is first term 10, second term 16, third term 22, etc. Here the first term is 10. Common difference is given by second term minus first term. Second term is 16 minus first term is 10. 16 minus 10 we get 6, and n is the number of potatoes, that is 10. Now we have to calculate Sn value. For that we have to write the formula of sum of first 10 terms, that is Sn is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now let us substitute all these values in this formula. It is value of n is 10 is equal to 10 by 2 into 2 into value of a is 10 plus n value is 10 minus 1 into value of d is 6, that is S10 is equal to 10 by 2 is 5, then 2 into 10 is 20 plus 10 minus 1 is 9, 9 into 6 is 54, that is S10 is equal to 5 into 54 plus 20 we get 74 as the answer. Multiplying these two numbers we get 370 as the answer. Now we have to write the conclusion, that is the total distance the competitor has to run is 370 meter. This is the answer.